wreath. Yet rhyme had not failed me for reason, nor reason for rhyme. Sweet song, had I sought you in season, and found you in time. You beckon in your bright beauty yonder, and I, waxing fainter, yet fonder, now weary too soon when I wander, now fall when I climb. It matters but little in the long run, the weak have some right, some share in the race that the strong run, the fight the strong fight. If words that are worthless go westward, yet the worst word shall be as the best word, in the day when all right sweeps restward, in darkness or light. The Sick Stock Rider. Hold hard, Ned! Lift me down once more and lay me in the shade. Old man, you've had your work cut out to guide both horses and to hold me in the saddle when I swayed, all through the hot, slow, sleepy, silent ride. The dawn at Moorabinda was a mist-racked, dull and dense. The sunrise was a sullen, sluggish lamp. I was dozing in the gateway at Arbuthnot's boundary fence. I was dreaming on the limestone cattle camp. We crossed the creek at Carricksford, and sharply through the haze, and suddenly the sun shot flaming forth. To southward laid Cadawa, with the sand peaks all ablaze, and the flushed fields of Glen Lomond lay to north. Now westward winds the bridle path that leads to Lindisfarne, and yonder looms the double-headed bluff. From the far side of the first hill, when the skies are clear and calm, you can see Sylvester's woolshed fair enough. 5 miles we used to call it, from our homestead to the place where the big tree spans the roadway like an arch. 'Twas here we ran the dingo down that gave us such a chase 8 years ago. Or was it 9? Last March. 'Twas merry in the glowing morn among the gleaming grass, to wander as we've wandered many a mile, and blow the cool tobacco cloud, and watch the white wreaths pass, sitting loosely in the saddle all the while. 'Twas merry mid the blackwoods when we spied the station roofs, to wheel the wild scrub cattle at the yard, with a running fire of stock whips and a fiery run of hooves. Oh, the hardest day was never then too hard. Aye, we had a glorious gallop after Starlight and his gang, when they bolted from Sylvester's on the flat. How the sun-dried reed beds crackled, how the flint-strewn ranges rang to the strokes of mountaineer and acrobat. Hard behind them, in the timber, harder still across the heath, close beside them through the tea-leaf scrub we dashed, and the golden-tinted fern leaves, how they rustled underneath, and the honeysuckle osiers, how they crashed. We led the hunt throughout, Ned, on the chestnut and the grey, and the troopers were 300 yards behind, while we emptied our six-shooters on the bush rangers at bay, in the creek with stunted box tree for a blind. There you grappled with the leader, man to man and horse to horse, and you rolled together when the chestnut reared. He blazed away and missed you in that shallow watercourse. A narrow shave. His powder singed your beard. In these hours when life is ebbing, how those days when life was young come back to us. How clearly I recall even the yarns Jack Hall invented and the songs Jem Roper sung. And where are now Jem Roper and Jack Hall? Aye, nearly all our comrades of the old colonial school, our ancient boon companions, Ned, are gone. Hard livers for the most part, somewhat reckless as a rule. It seems that you and I are left alone. There was Hughes, who got in trouble through that business with the cards. It matters little what became of him. But a steer ripped up Macpherson in the Coromita yards, and Sullivan was drowned at sink or swim. And Mostyn, poor Frank Mostyn, died at last a fearful wreck in the horrors at the upper